But I want to say Stephen A. Smith says something that kind of made me. It made me pause because it was so clear and so evident, but I was denying it. I talked about Jaylen Brown a couple episodes ago. I even did a reel about him, or short, wherever you're watching this. And I said that obviously the best player for the Boston Celtics is Jason Tatum. And I don't think that Jaylen Brown is good enough to be a number one option and that team a championship caliber team. And while I don't think I was wrong, and I'm not here to apologize, Stephen A. Smith did say something that was obvious, but I wasn't really paying attention. Actually, yes, I was. I was paying attention, but I was denying it. I was in denial. And that is, this is the second year in a row in the playoffs where Jaylen Brown has been the Boston Celtics' best player. The second year in a row. Last year, Jaylen Brown was the best player on the Boston Celtics in the playoffs. And this year, up to this point, Jaylen Brown has been the best player for the Celtics. And that's because of consistency. We know what we're going to get out of Jaylen Brown. He's going to put a lot of shots up. He's going to make a lot of shots. Jaylen Brown is a scorer. And he has been consistent in scoring. The problem is with Jason Tatum. You don't know what you're going to get from Jason Tatum. I still believe that Jason Tatum is their best player. Ain't no believe. Jason Tatum is their best player. But that could be one of the biggest reasons why not only did the Boston Celtics lose the NBA Finals last year, but you don't know what you're going to get from them because their best player has been inconsistent. Because when Jason Tatum is on, it's hard to beat the Celtics because you know what you're going to get from Jaylen Brown. The problem is, what are you going to get from Jason Tatum? We talk about Jimmy Butler a lot. And we talk about how he comes alive, and he's obviously definitely a completely different player in the regular season than he is in the playoffs. The same thing can be said about Jason Tatum, just on the negative side. I'm not saying Jason Tatum's trash, don't get me wrong. But Jason Tatum has been hella inconsistent these last 2 years in the playoffs, while Jaylen Brown has been very consistent. Because we know we're going to get from Jaylen Brown. You just don't know what you're going to get from. We also know we're going to get from Al Horford. We know we're going to get from Marcus Smart. You know what you're going to get from Malcolm Brogdon. You know what you're going to get from Derek White. You know what you're going to get from Grant Williams. You know what you're going to get from these players. Robert Williams. The one player you don't know what you're going to get from is Jason Tatum. Yes, he can still be aggressive, and he'll probably still be aggressive, but is he going to make his shots? That is why kind of like how I talk about with Anthony Davis and the Lakers' chances to make it in the playoffs on Anthony Davis. Same thing I talk about with James Harden. It's the same thing I mean with Jason Tatum. Not the whole mental thing, but Jason Tatum is their best player, and they're only going to go as far as Jason Tatum takes them. And I agree with Stephen A. Smith. Jaylen Brown has been their best player these last 2 years in the playoffs. But as we've seen, they didn't win last year. And if this trend continues, I don't know if they can win this year. I think they're easily the best team in the playoffs so far. But that's only because of what they've done in the regular season, not because of what they've displayed in the playoffs. And a lot of that is because of the inconsistency of Jason Tatum. Oh man, you stayed to the end of the video. I appreciate you. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss any content from your boy. You can also go back and watch past episodes, past clips, and don't forget that the Unpopular Podcast new episodes drop every Wednesday and Saturday. Appreciate you.